Hello and welcome back to round one back nine coverage of the Men's Pro Open feature card here at the 2024 Discrafts Green Mountain Championship, the first playoff of the 2024 season. And on the front nine, our feature group, it's not our feature group, it's our lead card. These are the guys that are leading the season in points so far. Our lead card did some good things, as you would expect, obviously, but they also didn't do some good things as well.
Yeah, of course fought back a little bit. As you see right here, nobody really absolutely shredding. You see the places on the left-hand side of their names right there, 27, 46, 61. That's not great after 9 holes of play for these guys. So typically when you have this sort of skill on a card, you're going to see a lot of birdies coming up. That's what's going to happen on this back nine, I think.
Yeah, the right side, the pace is 5 under. Yeah. If you want to be in that mix in the top 25 or so, that's what people are doing in that front nine. And it makes sense. There's a lot of birdies in that front nine. There are some places where this back nine can get a little bit tricky. Hole 10 is not an easy get, 475 feet downhill. That being said, it's one of the most picturesque holes in the entirety of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. It's a wonderful get when you do get it.
I'll tell you one thing you don't want to do. Run as fast as you can past that green. All those apples.
All the apples.
Oh my gosh.
Those trees aren't looking so hot right now. I noticed that today.
Look at this drift. Okay. Yeah, is he gonna get away with
There's
it?
OB left this year. It's brand new.
Oh.
And Isaac does not go left enough, so he's going to stay inbounds.
Wow, that's interesting.
You can see that line there.
Yeah. That makes it really tough.
So Isaac with the bogey on hole number 8. And the birdie on 10, that gets him back to 6 under.
That was a great putt.
It's a really good putt. Ricky pulls this one a bit right and does not keep its flight.
Poetry or what?
Been working on it.
You trying to do something?
Yeah, I got an open mic coming up in a bit. Just going to try some things with you guys today, if you don't mind. Gannon, this one's heading left.
Yeah. Gannon drifting. Might need to start lifting.
And that one hits the stake. So that will be a tough par look for Gannon.
Tough break.
When he hit the stake. Okay.
Anyways, we're done with that. Please stop it.
Calvin with the perfect distance control. As soon as it got pin high, it went, erp. I got there pretty quick for a fairway driver.
Whoa.
Hi there.
Get through it. I think we got something.
Oh, that's staying straight for a really long time. It's a great shot.
Yeah. I think he's trying to go over that tree.
You think so?
I do.
Wow. That was not a layup.
No. That's funny.
Gannon, that's a pretty wide open look.
Oh, man, it's not wide open. Listen, you take the whole entire field. You put them all in that spot, have to go to a knee. He's the only one making it. Him and maybe Rick.
I asked him last week in Canada why he doesn't just putt from his knee at all times.
Yeah.
He makes 95%
insane.
of the putts from his knee.
What is that? It's plain 60 feet over there?
At least, yeah. That was a killer putt. Yeah. Hearts it.
Also a good putt. Great drive. I mean, if that's his game plan, hats off.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He's not wearing one, so.
Must have been his game plan to himself. Is he patting himself on the back?
And Calvin in for his birdie. That looked way too easy for him off the tee.
Burn a fairway driver in the right side. I like that play. Rick.
Let it get there in 1.3 seconds.
Okay, Calvin starting to get to that respectable score spot. 4 under.
Yeah.
Yep. On pace. See that 6? You want to be in the teens. That's going to keep you in the mix. Because, like I said, I don't feel like the best score is going to be that far ahead of the rest of the field.
In the teens.
Like he's in 16th.
Oh. I thought you were talking
yeah, I'm
scored
watching the
apart. Okay.
leaderboard on the left-hand side of their name just to see what
Yes,
the birdie where
gotcha.
it gets them to.
Hole 11, par 4, 620 feet, downhill the whole way. This is a shot with a slight backhand anhyzer. We saw Matty O a couple years ago put one inside C1, so it is reachable with a good drive.
I feel like that's what makes this hole so fun, is the possibility, you know, of doing something.
Speak of Matty O, we got him, drops the glasses.
Oh, he wants it to be there.
Now he overturns the drive just a bit. You can see how that thing was just moving a bit too far to the right.
It's almost perfect, though.
But yeah, it's right in the middle. You love this shot here. Oh, you love the shot here. Oh my God, almost brings it up again. Whoa, Matty O.
Well, that was special. Look at him hold the pose.
It just isn't.
He just never doesn't do something
In
miraculous.
the best possible way, he is a cartoon character.
Yeah. Same shot Calvin threw on the last hole.
Man.
That had some speed.
Yeah,
Been over there a lot.
Yes. Early tree kicks hard to the left.
Niklas wants nothing to do with the 2 unless he throws in the second shot.
Yeah, that's not a play for the Eagle.
No.
That is a play to just land right about where he landed. That was very good execution.
See, like a shot like that? That's easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a really easy shot for him to duplicate.
This is like, I think the forehand play is a bit of cross your fingers and just throw one down there because the line is pretty awful for it.
Yeah, just hit the initial gap and then scramble from there, which if I was the best scrambler of all time, that'd probably be my play.
Oh, this has got something. Oh,
Get on
Paul.
edge. Get on edge.
Oh, Paul. Wow. Okay, 620 foot. His left was 50. What a drive. That is exactly how you do it.
You like that, or you think you should just like putt one to the right?
I mean, it looked like he's still fighting for the birdie. I think you punch out and take your par.
Okay.
But he's so confident throwing at that speed that it's like,
Are you gonna save a par?
he's got a chance.
You rascal.
See, the second shot, he didn't slow down.
Nope.
And that's his pace for hitting lines, so you can't really fault him for it.
Nope.
And Ricky will have a birdie putt from just outside the circle. Man, Gannon's drive is way down there. That basket is in trouble. Eagle alert coming.
Yeah, that's the Guardian.
Oh, it doesn't have to roll backwards. Okay. Oh.
One of the worst strokes we've seen from him in a minute.
Yeah, that's a little
close.
downhill popper for Gannon. I'm surprised that didn't draw any metal.
Should have gone to a knee.
Yeah, Ricky. He'll knock it down.
Okay. 3 out of the last 4. Pretty good. 2 out of the last 3.
There you go.
I didn't know if they updated it yet right there. That's a good putt. Good touch. Catching on that high left side.
Again, Niklas's putt is built to have that heat map all over the basket. There's not like a spot where he's like, oh, I have to avoid left. The way that his putt comes in, it catches in so many different parts of the basket. And Calvin, what a scramble for par.
That was nuts. Essentially threw it 30 feet in front of him and then got up and down.
And Gannon, you got to knock this one down, right? Yeah, my goodness. If you take a par after that drive. gets the job done.
They all kind of got away with a lot there. Honestly, Ricky's drive, Calvin's second shot, Niklas gets a roll away.
Yeah, sure.
Gannon airballs it over the top.
Well, a bunch of players right now at 7 under. That's currently the pace. As we head to hole 12, a fun, very straight 430-foot par 3. Just got to throw. A lot of players are going to go with the mid-range, maybe a very slow fairway driver, and just try to hit this gap here. Don't really want it moving that much left until the very end of the flight. I think Isaac's going to show you. I'm so happy. I'm going to go ahead and say
it.
I get credit for him hitting that tree.
Oh.
Yep. Because he was not going to throw that yellow M1 until I told him to do it in practice round. And then he did it.
That's the reason he birdied.
And that's the reason he got the birdie. So I'm going to go ahead and take some credit right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's
draining everything.
He is
unbelievable. Like, that's like our...
He's feisty.
Yeah.
He is a feisty player right now. He's on a run of like 4 straight tournaments of all league cards.
Well, what I love about it too is, to our credit here in the booth, all of our credit. That's you, Sexton, myself. We never gave up on him. We kept saying, "Hey, World Championships is coming. He's trending in the right direction."
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, now
I think some credit comes to us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. A lot of people did kind of give up on him mid-season, being like, "Oh,
he's a world champ."
Yep.
Ricky way too early, kicks in the middle, and Gannon hates it.
Get a good kick. That's what the best players get. There
yeah,
it is.
that's a really good result. Because I'm kind of with Gannon. That didn't look like it had the stuff.
I'll take the non-stuff.
This is also kind of non-stuffy. This is left and early. Like,
but watch what the best players get. They get the good, oh my gosh, they get the good kicks. I'm telling you.
You're not wrong. That was a great kick for Calvin and for Niklas. My goodness, they kicked it right to the basket. But to be fair, the hole before, Niklas kind of got a little rocked.
Yeah, made it. Didn't matter.
Oh, wow.
That was a great run. But that's got to put on the brakes.
It is fast down there, and there is also OB.
That's a good putt.
Yeah, Gannon kind of got away with a bad drive and a good result and makes a putt.
If you guys want to see something funny, rewind it for a second and watch Gannon almost roll his ankle. It was hilarious.
I don't think he has. I don't think he can. I think he's got rubbery ankles.
I'm telling you, just rewind. Tomorrow. Great putt there from Rick after giving it a good run. He's having to put in a lot of work today. Extra hours.
Calvin to capitalize. Oh. Brutal. Like, it wasn't a good putt, but...
It was a bad putt. You can't be clunking it in there.
Come
on, you can't be clunking it in there.
You
See where he just hit it?
You can't be clunking. You can't be clunking it in
there. That's
there.
not clunking. That one was a clunker. That's not.
It should have clunked in there. Is what I'm saying.
It could have.
I'm just saying it could have
clunked, but it didn't. It clunked out, which happens sometimes when you clunk.
It was a clunk flunk, not a clunk dunk.
Yeah, I mean sometimes they go and sometimes they don't. You know where they do go in most of the time? A little higher. A little higher.
Yeah.
Escape to the mountains this fall and stay at Smuggler's Notch Resort. With mountainside lodging and breathtaking views of foliage right at your doorstep. Conveniently located in the heart of Vermont, Smugs has everything you need right at your fingertips with many activities to choose from. Go apple picking, biking, or take a scenic cruise on beautiful Lake Champlain. Explore our local community with specialty shops, fine dining, and antiques. Book 3 nights or more and get the next night of lodging free.
It is always such a pleasure being here in September. It is
beautiful,
a beautiful piece of property. Obviously, we talk about it every year, but I think if you ask most of the players on tour what their favorite stop is,
it's mine. I know that.
It's Smuggler's Notch in September.
I mean, I'm not playing it. I wasn't gonna miss it.
Yeah,
you know.
Hole 13, par 4, 570, forehand around the corner. Try to get somewhere near that bridge if you really want to do great stuff. The thing is you just really got to get around that first tree on the corner.
Scramble after that. I've seen late turning backhands. I've even seen people try the roller. But this is the play. Go
Proper.
wide. Hurry.
Even if you hit that back edge, the angle, that's a fine angle. Yep. The thing you have to avoid, I think, is the inside forehand because your angle is zilch.
Yeah, you're gonna. That's when the roller comes in. You
Correct.
Do all kinds of crazy stuff. Gannon getting a couple good breaks. All of a sudden, guess what? He's leading the card.
That's so good.
5 under par. Out of nowhere. That's what he does, though.
Don't go too far right.
Oh, but see, I kind of like that. You know why?
Do you?
Because now we got to see what kind of scramble it is. And
okay.
Like you said, don't.
You
go
like
over
it
there.
selfishly, not for him.
Right. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I get I get nothing for any of these shots.
Whoa.
Rick's a little off.
Yeah. Not a tee shot I would imagine Rick missing. This is a pretty stock blitz it around the corner of the forehand. And Calvin also, this is going to be inside if it doesn't just hit the tree. Yeah. Hits the corner tree.
Tough pars from there, honestly, because they're going to get into a good spot, but then they're going to be left with a 150-foot tight upshot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really can't do much else here other than just try to get around the bridge.
So if you throw it perfect, see, like that's not. I mean, you should get up and down from there.
No, it's no guarantee.
Yep.
I mean,
and that's pretty good.
Look at the ground. That's why it's no guarantee.
Exactly.
Because you'd love to just use the ground play to slide it up there, but you can't rely on that.
Ricky does have a crazy chance to get like a 100-footer.
See how aggressive he gets. Oh, man, he held that one tight on the inside. That's a pretty aggressive line.
Oh, I said 100-footer. How about bullseye almost? Oh my gosh, hat off.
What a shot.
I just threw it at the camera. Unbelievable.
You do know we have a camera constantly recording.
In my mind, I already made up a bunch of stuff.
Just making sure, like, if the fans wanted to see that, they'd see that you clearly did not do that.
But I did. You're the liar.
Niklas, high right, putting for birdie. And here is what Gannon's left with, which is what Paul really wanted to see.
Come on. See, he's going to those roots.
Yeah, yep. There you go. Still makeable.
Sorry, I called you a liar, man. You were telling the truth.
That's all good. This is kind of like one of those places where occasionally you make one.
Yeah, it shapes up nice for it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
because you really don't want to throw it on the ground. But Calvin does and slides up cleanly.
How hot is the putter? Not that. Little off. That was like the same distance as that eagle putt.
Yeah. When we throw a drive that far on this hole, you'd really like to capitalize at the birdie.
Like that?
Like that. Well, I mean, Niklas wasn't really around the corner that far. He was just in the middle. And he capitalized with the straight approach. This is just a crazy birdie that Ricky's just stealing from the course.
I can't believe he birdied. I said 150 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
He beat what I thought was good by
143 feet.
That's crazy.
A shout out to Chris Clemens, who was in the group behind us today. I just hear right as we're about to tee off on 14, bang. And it's just one of those sounds, you know it's a throw-in and not a putt. And we look back and no one's in sight at all. Chris Clemens throws it in from 245 feet for the eagle.
Wow. See, look at that. And then Ricky's all of a sudden at 4 under. It's like just a awful shot. Best scramble of all time. It's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's the second best scramble of all time? It's not even close. That's how weird it is.
I mean, it takes having the roller play with the forehand and backhand.
Yeah.
It takes the overhand play. Mm-hmm. It takes the power. I mean, it really, and you have to have all of it to have the creativity and the courage to do all those things when you're out of position. And maybe not.
And the 80-footer, you know? All different ways.
All those things lead into it.
Because you're scrambling to just give yourself a chance and then you knock it down.
Well, he's got the most will.
Yes.
And we got Ezra here on hole 14, a very tricky uphill hole. He has this wide straddle from 55 feet, we'll call it.
What's the percentage on this one?
Not good. It's a tough birdie.
Yep.
Ezra's in at 100% birdie for him today.
That's pretty good.
But only 26% of the field
That's still pretty high to me.
were able to get 100% birdies today.
This thing is understable, a little hyzer, break away, hurry.
A little too long.
Don't roll right.
And even though it's in the middle, it's going to be a tricky approach.
This just seems like one of those Ricky moments. Get it up there. See, he's just a scrapper.
That's a great shot. Yep. Call it 40-something feet.
You think he makes that?
I think it's going to be a good bid regardless.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Tied for the highest a disc ever rolled up a tree.
With?
Someone out there, man. Someone out there has done it. According to my calculations. Gonna be over there with Rick, it looks like.
Just getting a birdie look with a backhand on this hole is crazy. That's a
I think that's the
wide
play.
open
Throw
circle.
it straight.
Yeah, just throw it straight.
Yep.
Calvin just slightly breaks it off to the right, but you can see, look at this approach. It's guarded front side, back side. It's going to have to take a wide angle coming in to open the gap the widest.
Guess what he does?
And
well.
that is just very well done.
Most things with a disc. That's your fella. I don't know if I like this one. The tight inside. I feel like he could have done that with a backhand. Just out wide, you know?
That's a pretty scrappy
Yeah.
shot. That is a pretty scrappy shot.
All right. How close were we to knowing? Oh no.
He's got about the same length coming back. That thing hopped off the top with some pace. Yeah. Calvin. Solid
Beautiful.
comebacker, yeah.
He's frustrated.
Of course. You ever see the super fast gyrating left to right? No nod from Ricky? That means he is really aggravated.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's saying no about, but there's a lot of activity going on in that brain. Well, 4 distinctly unique pars.
All these guys hanging close with each other.
Which is kind of like, this is all their off day. Let's just go ahead and put it. Like, no one is really doing as well as they'd like. So this is an off day. This is the reason why they're 1040 and 1050 rated and not 1060 rated, is because they're going to probably come out with mostly 1040 rated rounds here. Maybe a 1050.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a bad day for them.
Well, now's the point to where you got a birdie out. And let's see who can come off of the best players that we have this year and do that, because that's what it's going to take.
And this is the other hole on the course besides hole 8 that averages over par. Hole 15 no longer isn't an island. If you cross in bounds, you get to potentially take it from where it went.
Might be.
I don't think Niklas is going to have to worry about taking it from out of bounds.
Because we see the pace. Casey's at 9, a couple other people at 9 through 14. So they're pretty far off the pace.
Yep.
You got to get these ones. Somebody on this card, I feel like, is going to get a few coming in. Ooh,
this
early.
is inside. This can kick OB.
I think it might have.
It just got caught up on that left side. He's safe, but he's a few dozen trees away.
Tough flex play here. This is going to have to come.
Oh, he does go flex.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Well, I don't think I've ever seen someone try to flex hole 15 before.
I don't know why we don't.
It's a bullseye.
Because it's hard. It's a really hard shot. Golf clap.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, let me take on the scariest side of the fairway where I could bring double bogey into play.
Yep.
Pull it off that to 12 feet.
Thank you.
Oh,
8 feet.
8 feet. What a shot. That's super pro stuff right there. Oh, boy. Well, it's going to be a bogey at best for Calvin. The drop zone is not makeable. Forehand Anheuser is the preferred play going into this green. That's a little bit overturned. That's going to come up short.
Gets a little kind of
Okay,
lucky
yeah,
to get
fights
through there.
through.
And this is up high this year, so a little tougher.
Rick's lining this one up, huh?
Wants a little piece.
Oh, he gets a piece, all right.
Yeah, you mentioned his will, and he wills a lot of shots down the fairway into the basket. That one didn't quite go in, but the fact that it's even close, pretty impressive.
That's a good bogey save for Calvin. You know, I really want them to go in too. And then I find out about my willpower when I try just as hard as Ricky and I'm just soaring past the basket.
Yeah. Well, older great player once told me that you have a well, and if you take from the well, which is that willpower all the time, or you try to take it all the time, it gets empty, and then it's harder and harder to go. To pull from the well. So you gotta let it fill.
That, dude.
And then you be really strategic in the ones that you give it that extra, you know? I think there's something to that. Anyway, I don't know why.
No, I love it. No, that philosophy is great because I think that all the time. Sometimes when a shot, you really need it and you dig deep and you execute and you say to yourself, why can't I do that all the time? Well, you took a lot of water out of that well to throw that shot.
Exactly. Hole 16, par 3. 385 down the hill, out of bounds left. This is going to be sidearm down the hill, wide. I think the deep wide spot, not where this camera's going, the deep wide spot is where you want to throw the sidearm. You can get lucky down the middle and get a look over there on the right-hand side, but going straight as far as you can and then getting in there, I think is the play.
Chris Dickerson going with a wide flex play.
And he didn't pick a side.
Yeah.
Backhand turnovers are also doable, just really tough. Chris.
Yeah, count it.
Give me that.
Oh, not a single chain hit.
Give me that.
Did that move a chain?
No.
The basket looks quite still right now. Okay. You like those. It's that kind of day for Chris Dickerson, it appears. Goes double bogey in hole 14 and gets the next two.
Does this one catch the back? Yep. See, that's the backside. I like that.
That's the play. That's the play to at least get near the green before you hit a tree.
Giving yourself a putt. Yep.
The way to park it
is early.
Is the inside line, but you might hit a tree 150 feet short.
Yeah, you don't want that. See, even this, not the greatest shot. Oh, wait, psych. Let me get over there.
Yep. That was a nice ground play for Gannon.
The ground play on this hole is wild. You could park the hole and just roll 100 feet.
Yep. Ricky. Oh, just a little bit too inside.
Now he's just anger management right now.
Yeah, he could birdie 17 and 18 and walk off this course furious.
Yeah, he's gonna. I'm guessing.
And then 6 under is actually not a bad score. It doesn't like take you completely out of it by any means.
See, and there's the early shot. That's how you park it. That's bull.
Yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't feel right.
No, it's kind of greasy, dude.
Yeah, it's a little greasy.
He keeps giving himself these 25 footers.
His well's a little bit deeper than the rest of ours.
Oh, for sure.
He's got a lot of water in there. Gannon.
Playing well.
It's just, I mean, again, not his best stuff. Still 7 under. Still a chance to get to 9 under.
Typically on this course, you're going to see maybe like 14, I think, or 13 is the course record, something like that. So you're going to see a bunch of 12s being the mark, 11s, 10s, 9s, a lot of 9s,
it's
a bunch
always
of 8s,
double digits.
7s. Yeah.
Always
somebody's
double
getting
digits.
to doubles.
Yeah.
Double digits. For
and
sure.
I will take back what I said about Gannon. He is playing well, but some of the mistakes that he's made today have been uncharacteristic, and he's actually done well to scramble a few times.
Yeah.
But not picking up the birdie on 13 after that big drive. You know, there's just times when he's left things on the course.
Bogey early, yeah.
Yep.
Great bogey, too. Great save for bogey early on the front 9.
Yeah, on hole 4, a lot of trouble there. But I mean, you go back to the putt he made on 10 to save the par and keep things going. He's done some good things today for sure, and so has Niklas, and that's why they are now 3 ahead of Ricky and Calvin, and only a couple back of the leaders now at 10.
See, just like that, I said, get from here on out. Let's see who gets them.
Yep.
And now they built a little lead over Rick and Calvin.
17 is one of the easier holes on the course. It's actually the easiest hole of the course. 3.4 average, very short par 4, pretty wide open fairway, pretty wide open approach to the pin. This is one you want to get going down the stretch.
Yeah, you can go midi off the tee, fairway driver, fast, try to get around the corner for a little look. I've seen some people get pretty close.
Yeah. And this one's tracking for, oh, never mind.
For the ditch.
If it misses that limb, it's going to be way down there.
This is the one where, you know, if you're going to add OB, I think it should be right here. Punish the inside mistake.
I'd like this hole to be a little harder in that regard.
Yep.
Because I always par it, and I'm sick and tired of losing strokes to birdies.
Look at this. What are you going to find over here, Maddie? You sneaky.
What, the fist bump before it goes in?
On the left side.
What a putt. How did he even squeeze that through there?
Oh, no. He can't even squeeze himself through there. That was cool.
That was an insane putt.
That was nice.
He loved it.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, that like that ends the hole.
Great, yeah.
It could roll into the woods from there. It ends the hole. He's gonna birdie the hole now. Great. It's a great shot. But it is one of the few par 4s that we play in this day and age where you can break a par 4 in just one tee shot.
Yep.
Most of these holes, it requires a good tee shot, a great tee shot, and then a good or a great approach.
And it looks like that's tough where Gannon is, but that's only 180 feet.
You should be able to scramble from there.
With that being said, I've had a few good rounds on this course, and this one always gives me a tricky putt. You know?
Oh, nice break for Calvin. I know.
I'm right in the middle, and then I'm like early left where I go a little too far into those little trees, which we'll see once we get to the green. I guarantee somebody ends up in there. Like what Maddie did, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, why did I had 150 feet in, and this is where I leave myself.
No business doing this to myself. It's just a pretty short little flexi right here for Rick.
He doesn't do it, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he doesn't leave himself in those little dinkies. Parks. I'll get him to 5.
And Calvin is not going to worry about any.
5.
Yeah.
Get him to 5. Cannon putting.
Pretty much.
Oh, no, he's going to throw it. Okay. Oh, get in those little dinky trees. No? Everybody avoiding the dinks.
It's top card, dude.
Yeah. Best players we got.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that tee shot wasn't anything too crazy from Niklas, but it was accurate and just long enough that all he's left with is that right there.
Yeah, none of them having problems at all.
So Calvin's going to be out at 8 feet.
Yeah, they need to put OB. I think maybe deep and maybe early off the tee. Give you a little
I don't
stress
know,
out.
man. Like, it's, you know what?
Just to make the person think. You know, makes the gap a little harder to hit.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
It's nice for them to take the pressure off every once in a while.
Yeah, just have it
To
easy
be honest, every once in a while, you know?
Yeah. I do know that.
Alden Harris, 11 under. He kind of crept up the leaderboard.
Ooh.
Now he is in first place.
He could get to 12.
One hole
Which
to
would be
go.
the new course record. With a couple new OBs and stuff, huh?
Yeah, the new OBs, yeah. And then with the basket placement that we have here, last year at the World Championships is the first time that we introduced this new basket placement. So whatever the best round was here last year, I don't remember, but it didn't have the OB on hole 10. So you're right, that does make it a new course. 400 feet, a lot of players are going to try to challenge that bush on the right side of the fairway. Eagle going super wide. That looked like a shank that he got away with. Oh, off the top.
And that was to get to 11.
But he will finish at 10 under par.
Good comebacker.
A great starting day.
Oh, and he's pumped.
And we've got Kyle Klein.
Just really dangerous player on a course like this. Not having his best day.
No. Not a. He's had some injuries this season. He's been battling. It's been slowing him down a bit.
I think Matty likes it.
Oh, he's gonna start liking it more every tree he passes. That's a good way to finish.
Good feeling. Get to 2 under. A lot better than 1.
It's twice as good. So funny. Doesn't need to watch half of the flight. Starts fist pumping halfway through the flight on the putt on 17 and watches about a third of the flight on 18. When you know, you know.
Okay. Not going to probably get to 9 under with that, and that's a little scrambly. Going to have to figure it out.
Would love to finish at 8 under, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
There are enough trees in that last half of the approach shot that anything can happen.
Gonna need a little Annie on this. He likes this shape, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's not... I don't think that's the shape he's looking for.
Oh!
Oh, that is full-on wreckage. The roll-away for Gannon.
Gotta get in front. Oh, this is good. Oh, gets that
Oh,
tree
same
too.
tree, just a different
But
part.
really good.
Yeah.
That was a good reaction.
Calvin's going to have a look for 6 under, which is actually a pretty decent round.
I agree with that.
And Rick going for the straight forehand route. Big
Needs
skip.
a tree. Needs a tree. There it is.
Yeah, gets
There
it.
you go. It's a big putt for Rick. He makes that one. He's going to feel good going into tomorrow. Not too far out of it. 6 at most. If Alden gets that last hole.
Okay, Niklas has some work to do still from outside the circle.
Can Gannon find a little magic on the last hole?
Yeah, good effort.
Yep. This would be for a ton of momentum. Played solid, but
Gonna fall to 7 under. Yeah, Ricky gonna shoot 5. Calvin must have left 6 out there today on the putting greens. Made some nice ones too, but in the end, I think the putting
for him and Rick
was a net negative.
Rick made some good comebackers, but didn't really have the spark.
Yeah.
Missed a couple ones that he normally makes, and that's the difference between, you know, that 8 under that Gannon shoots and their scores.
Yeah, well, the 8 under, just check it real quick for a score. It's 1046 rated. So that's below Gannon's average, right?
Yep.
1022 for Calvin and Ricky. That is way below their average. So you know something big's coming for these last 3 rounds, 2 of which will be at Fox Run Meadows. Alden Harris, hot start. 11 under, 1 stroke over McMahon, Casey White, Evan Scott, who I had the pleasure of playing with today. Also, a player who did incredibly well last year at the World Championships and somebody to watch because apparently these courses really suit Evan Scott.
Yeah.
Remember, I think was he in 2nd place going into the final round, or at some point he was.
Really close. He was really close.
Started off birding the first 4 or 5 holes.
Yep.
So he will be somebody to watch, I think, going into the rest of the week.
Yeah, you see a lot of. I mean, these are the best players on the tour. So if you're at 6 to 5 to 4 under, you're still way in the tournament, especially 4-round event. You can get hot on these courses too. We've seen 14, 15, 16 under pars out there at Fox Run. You do that, all of a sudden you could be 4 under, and then all of a sudden you're 20.
Yeah, I think if you're 4 under, you're still in the tournament.
Yeah, me too.
I think so. All these guys are still going to be in it. A lot of hot golf to play, a lot of big numbers that can be taken over at Fox Run. So a lot of storylines yet to be played out. Thanks for joining us for the first round of the 2024 playoffs. We'll see you guys tomorrow.